This Lakers run is insane right now. Nobody gave them a chance. Nobody. And yet here we are. A 41-year-old LeBron James somehow looking like the best player in the league.
And the spin and the fadeaway.
Here from KD, but look at this here. LeBron has been doing this for years.
15 out of 16 ESPN experts picked Houston to win. Vegas had the Rockets as heavy favorites. Stephen A. Smith went on live television and said the Lakers beating Houston was pretty close to impossible.
It's pretty damn close to impossible. I mean, if you look up the word impossible, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's not there, it's pretty damn close, okay?
Yet the Rockets have been bent over and spanked by the GOAT. So let's break down exactly what is happening, why it's working, and why this might be the most interesting storyline of the entire first round. The roster disaster nobody recovered from, except JJ Redick. It started on April 2nd, that ugly loss to Oklahoma City. Luka Dončić goes down with a grade 2 hamstring strain. Austin Reaves goes down the same night with a grade 2 oblique. Both guys. Same game, out 4 to 6 weeks each. That's roughly 56 points a game of offense just gone overnight. Think about that for a second. You're heading into the playoffs, shorthanded against a Houston team specifically built to punish shorthanded, undersized rotation. Houston was the best offensive rebounding team in basketball 2 years running. They've got Kevin Durant and Alperen Sengun. Amen Thompson gets to the rim whenever he feels like it. On paper, this was a slaughter waiting to happen. ESPN pulled 16 NBA analysts. 15 of them picked Houston. Rockets in 5, Rockets in 6, Rockets in 7. The one person who picked the Lakers probably just flipped a coin and got lucky. So what does JJ Redick do? He had two options. He could have swapped in replacement level guys for Luka and Reaves and just hoped for the best. Or he could throw the whole game plan out the window and rebuild the entire system around what he actually had left. He rebuilt. But that's a coach who knew exactly what he was doing. The defensive blueprint that is choking Houston to death. The real story is that Redick built a defensive scheme so perfectly tailored to Houston's weaknesses that the Rockets genuinely have no idea how to respond to it. 3 pillars, let's walk through each one. First, Sengun. DeAndre Ayton is guarding him straight up, fronting him in the post with help behind, and the Lakers are switching ball screens aggressively. What this does is funnel Sengun away from the areas where he's dangerous and force him into mid-range jumpers. Sengun is an all-star caliber big who has been draining his signature one-footed lean back jumpers, his little push shots, his short hook attempts all season long. He hasn't hit a single one in this series, not one. He went 6 for 9 in game 1 but missed 8 shots in a row at one point. Across 2 games, he's shooting 15 for 39 from the field. Ayton is absolutely suffocating him, and the man deserves way more credit than he gets. Second, Amen Thompson. Thompson in transition is basically unguardable. He's one of those athletes where if he gets ahead of steam, you're cooked. So Redick's answer was simple. Pick him up early in transition, build a wall on every half-court drive, and dare him to beat the Lakers from the outside. Thompson went 0 for 3 on anything outside the paint in game 1. They were daring him to shoot jumpers. He took the bait. That's not Thompson being bad. That's a game plan being executed to fucking perfection. Third, the three-point line. Houston generates a lot of their threes off offensive rebounds, which is exactly what made them so dangerous all season. Redick had his guys closing out hard on every shooter and running them off the line before they could get comfortable. The Rockets shot 33% from 3 in game 1. Not catastrophic on its own, but devastating when you combine it with a half-court offense that's already getting strangled by the first 2 pillars of this scheme. And here's the beautiful part. The whole thing feeds itself. When Sengun can't create, when Thompson can't drive, when Houston can't get threes off offensive boards, the Rockets have no answers. And I'm sorry, but watching a team get systematically dismantled by a game plan this clean is genuinely one of the most satisfying things in basketball. LeBron James is actually losing his mind right now.
To his left, strong off the glass, can't stop that.
Still getting it done downhill, able to get to that left in traffic. This team needs him.
Alright, let's talk about the man himself, because this section is the part that genuinely should not be happening. LeBron James is 41 years old. 41. He had 8 assists in the first quarter of game 1. 8 in a single quarter. The most he has ever had in any quarter of any playoff game in his entire career. Not last year, not in his prime, now, at 41. In 2025, his stat line across 2 games is 23.5 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, near triple doubles both nights. But honestly, the numbers aren't even the real point, it's how he's getting them.
James with the dunk.
Talk about closing out a game. We'll give it to your closer, LeBron James, with another dunk. This might just might. I know we still have some time left, but that might be the exclamation point.
In game 2 alone, a transition dunk in the first half, a transition layup in the first half, a jab step blow by reverse dunk with Kevin Durant as the nearest defender and literally nobody at the rim to contest, and a back cut dunk later in the game when he got overplayed at the top of the key.
Close out game 2. James with the dunk.
4 easy baskets on a night when he shot 8 for 20. He's running the floor, he's cutting, he's finding gaps and rotations that most players half his age can't even see. Now compare that to Durant in game 2. When does KD get anything easy? He's never running out on the wing in transition. He's not back cutting for a slam. He's not blowing past anyone off a simple one-on-one. He gets everything off the dribble against a set defense. ISO basketball all night against a prepared team. And Durant is 36 years old. When you're operating at that age, you need the easy ones because grinding through isolation possessions the entire game wears you down physically and mentally. LeBron at 41 is still getting those easy buckets because he's willing to run that hard, cut that hard, and beat defenders from 30 feet off the dribble when he has to. That's not just a physical gift at this stage. That's a mental willingness that separates him from literally every other player his age in the history of this league. He played 39 minutes in game 2 and still looked fresh in the fourth quarter. That's not human. That's just LeBron being LeBron, and we still haven't figured out how to explain it. This was not supposed to be LeBron's team this year. The Lakers are clearly Luka's team now. Reaves was the second option. Then April 2nd happened, and suddenly LeBron is the best player on the roster again in the postseason.
The other end of the floor.
James knocks down a shot.
Repeatedly getting to spots he loves to operate. These catches on the elbow, you're just at his mercy. That's just a simple jab step, and that's not a 25-footer.
At 41 years old, nobody writes this script. Nobody would believe it. The supporting cast that came out of absolutely nowhere. Look, LeBron can't do this alone, and the good news for Lakers fans is that he hasn't had to. Luke Kennard is averaging 25 points across the 2 games. 25. This is a guy who spent most of the regular season being a role player on the wing. Now Redick has given him the green light. Any daylight you see, let it fly. And Kennard has been absolutely unhinged from 3. He went 5 for 5 from 3 in game 1. In game 2, he had 23 points. The man has turned into a legitimate playoff microwave, and Houston has no answer for it because there's nothing fancy to scheme against. He just catches and shoots. What are you gonna do? Marcus Smart is playing the best basketball he's played since his Boston days. He's doing everything. He's pressuring Durant, blowing up pick and rolls before they can develop, creating offense when LeBron needs a breather.
Smart flip, big finish. Jackson Hayes on that sideline.
Deshaun Tate here steps up to stop the ball. Finney Smith doesn't pull in. Jackson Hayes for another lob. His second.
Smart had 25 points in game 2. If you told me that before the series, I would have laughed at you. And Aiden, who we already talked about on defense, is winning his individual matchups so thoroughly that Sengun is basically being erased from the series. That matters enormously because when your starting center is a ghost, everything else falls apart. The whole offensive structure is simple by design. LeBron runs the show, Kennard relocates for threes, Smart creates in the secondary. That's it. No complicated sets, no 50-play playbook. And Houston doesn't know how to guard it because there's nothing fancy to scheme against. Simplicity as a weapon. Wild concept. Houston's game plan makes absolutely no sense. Okay, this section is gonna make Rockets fans upset, and I genuinely do not care because somebody needs to say it. Houston has been trapping LeBron and switching Durant onto him. Both of these decisions are bad, and it's not even close. Trapping LeBron tells him the one thing you absolutely do not want to tell a 41-year-old court general at this stage of his career. Add that you want him to make reads. Are you scared of his step back threes? His fadeaways on the baseline? That's the one thing you actually want him to try. Instead, by setting a trap, you are personally begging him to scan the floor and find the open man. And LeBron is going to find the open man correctly almost every single possession because that's been his entire identity for the last 5 years. He's not going to drop 45 on you. He's going to drop 10 assists and make 6 other guys look like all-stars.
Vanderbilt knocks down the 3.
Rockets flood to the lane on this initial curl cut by LeBron. Take a look at the weak side. You get 3 defenders in the lane, and you're gonna.
Then there's Durant on LeBron. Durant is 7 feet tall. It is nearly impossible to navigate a ball screen efficiently when you're that tall. All night, the Lakers can just run LeBron off a screen and either get him completely free or force a rotation that opens up shooters on the wings. That's not a knock on Durant's defense specifically. It's a knock on the decision to put a 7-footer on the guy whose whole identity at this stage is exploiting rotations. Every time Sengun got switched onto LeBron in game 2, you could see Sengun looking for help, waving guys guys over, panicking. And the thing is, you don't need to panic. Just let LeBron score 2 points on you in isolation. Don't send help, because the second you send help, Kennard is open in the corner, and that's 6 points gone right there. The Rockets are making every single mistake you can make against an elite playmaker, and it's costing them the series. Kevin Durant had 9 turnovers in game 2. 9. That's a career playoff high. A career high for one of the greatest scorers in basketball history. And Houston scored 98 points in game 1 without him, and only 94 points with him back in game 2. You added arguably a top 5 player of his generation, and your offense got worse. That's a special kind of shit to pull off. What comes next, and why this actually matters. So here's where we land honestly. The Lakers are almost certainly going to close this series out. Oklahoma City is almost certainly waiting in round 2, and OKC is a significantly better team than Houston across the board. Their defense is meaner, their offense is cleaner. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a problem the Lakers will struggle to solve. Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein give them the kind of front court that would make life genuinely difficult for Aiden. But here's the wild card nobody is fully accounting for yet. Luka and Reaves might not be done for the postseason. Those grade 2 strain timelines of 4 to 6 weeks mean there is a real possibility one or both of them return later in this series or at the start of round 2 if the Lakers make it through. And that version of this team is actually terrifying. Redick spent 10 days building a real defensive identity and a clear offensive structure around LeBron, Kennard, Smart, and Aiden. The role players already know the system. They already trust each other. Now imagine dropping the scoring champion back into that lineup. Imagine getting Reaves back so LeBron doesn't have to be the full-time engine on both ends every single night. Does that mean they beat OKC? Probably not. The gap is real. Ramping guys up from grade 2 strains in the middle of a playoff run is its own complicated problem. But there is a meaningful difference between a first round exit and a team that actually makes a deep run mean something. And right now, nobody can tell me with a straight face they saw this coming. 15 out of 16 experts, heavy Vegas favorites, pretty close to impossible. 2 games in, and a 41-year-old man and a coach who had 10 days to rebuild his entire system are making every single one of those takes look absolutely ridiculous. That's why this is the best story of the first round. Not because the Lakers are definitely going to win it all, but because nobody gave them a single chance. And right now they are out here proving that basketball is beautifully, stubbornly unpredictable. If you enjoyed watching this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me what you think happens when this team faces OKC. Do the Lakers have enough? Does Luka come back in time? Let me know. See you in the next one.